We've shipped out our first bunch of truckloads of products, so that'll be number one. That's that. We've mentioned prior that we actually have already 6,000 tons of existing POs, so that's already my first 3 to 4 months worth of production that is sold out.
All right, welcome back inside our proactive newsroom. Joining me now is Neil Wiens. He is the CEO of Replenish Nutrients. And Neil, it's great to see you again. How are you?
I'm wonderful, Steve.
Good. Well, I know we have lots of stuff to talk about, but before we do that, maybe just remind everyone a little bit about the company and the work that you do.
Yeah, just a quick overview is, hey, we're a regenerative fertilizer company that builds absolutely wonderful biology-driven products that make healthy soil and healthy plants.
Yeah. And so you've just released your financial numbers, and they show a lot of. I know it's been a task of yours over the last little while to sort of clean up everything within the company, and that includes operational efficiencies, trying to get to that profitability that you want to get to, obviously. Are you happy with where you're at with margins and things like that?
We're happy with where it's actually gone directionally with the margins of our granulation, which we've been focusing on for the last year. And really, our financials at the end of the year, albeit when you take a quick glance, don't look that pretty, which we've been stating anyways. But what we've done is we have increased that efficiencies, and we've really focused on the margin of the granulation, which is in turn got us to where we are today at the Bicycle plant, which is actually where I'm sitting this morning. So.
Yeah, and obviously we're going to have some updates on Bicycle about what's happening there because you've recently announced a financing as well that allows you to really sort of move that into high gear. So let's tell everyone a bit about the facility and where that financing is going to go to move it forward.
Yeah, so just a real quick on the facility. So Replenish has owned the Bicycle facility and utilized it as an R&D facility for the past 4 to 5 years. Over that period of time, we've identified great efficiencies, understood how to actually make the product work, fulfilled our patent, all our patent application. And at the end of the day, we were able to understand that we could get this facility from a R&D pre-commercialization stage to an actual commercialization stage of up to 5 tons per hour. So we've just finalized and finished that, along with the financing that we had received in January and in February. We actually have now completed the facility. We're just in commissioning stage. As I mentioned, I'm in Bicycle, going to go and watch a bunch of product roll off the pan today, so that'll be exciting. And ultimately, that's that once we get to that 5-ton commercialization phase in a facility that we fully own, it turns into a spot where now we can actually hit that high margin and get to that overall operational and cash flow that's positive.
And from what I understand, when reading on the news release, you're looking at mid 2025 to where you'd like to get to eventually between 20 and 25,000 tons annually, which would really be a huge amount for the company, right?
Oh, it's massive. I mean, that translates into 14 to $15 million in revenue at some substantial margins. So there's the bonus, and that's where we get our cash flow, and then we can actually start picking away at and physically clean up all the rest of what we saw in the financials. So, one thing that we did do on top of our financing piece is we did do a small private placement, which was oversubscribed in this market, which was pretty cool. A lot of our actual internal staff and executive actually subscribed to that. So we all understand where this is going and are excited. And really, at the end of the day, we're just a matter of making sure that this switch that we're turning on today it ends up being a 2,000 ton per month. And once that happens, then really we're just going to hit the expansion button.
Yeah. Lastly, Neil, just so everyone understands, give me sort of a look at the next, 3 to 5 months. What are sort of the key things we need to keep an eye on?
The main things that are going to be the drivers are, we'll come in, we'll do a video and a conversation where, hey, we've shipped out our first bunch of truckloads of products. So that'll be number one. That's that. We've mentioned prior that we actually have already 6,000 tons of existing POs. So that's already my first 3 to 4 months worth of production that is sold out. So that ends that. So that'll be my next phase of conversation. And the third phase will be the fact that those same 6,000 tons of POs have actually up the ante to 24,000, and we'll be able to fill it.
Exciting times ahead, Neil. We look forward to more conversations with you as you get things going. Good to see you again, and congratulations on this. It's going to be a very exciting rest of 2025.
It's going to be busy, Steve.
Good stuff. Well, we're glad you had time for us. There's Neil Wiens. He's the CEO of Replenish Nutrients.